everyone, it's the newfound Nomad, and thank you for joining me on my camping trip to KOA for 2 days out here in Norris Point. As you can see, the tent that I borrowed from my mother actually has a broken tent pole. This belonged to my deceased grandfather, and I really wanted to use it, but I should have checked it before leaving for the camping trip. But no worries, I have my Red Camp rain poncho that can be used as a tarp, a ground sheet, and well, you know, a poncho. So this is actually an item that I keep in my EDC, my everyday carry. And I'm very happy that I brought it because as you can see, it has come in handy. What I like about this Red Camp rain poncho is that it's big enough that you can actually wear a EDC bag or a bug out bag underneath it, and it's big enough to cover the bag itself and, of course, you. So as you can see, I don't have it covered pretty well because I was just giving you a demonstration, but if I pulled it down in the back, the EDC bag would be completely covered. So the reason this rain poncho can double as a tarp is because of these Velcro strips. Oh my, seems like I can't talk today. But yes, so if you undo these Velcro strips, which keeps the poncho together, and you undo every single one of them, it actually flattens out and you've got your ground sheet or your tarp. So you can find this Red Camp rain poncho on Amazon, and it was pretty affordable. So if you're interested in getting one of these, because it's pretty durable as well, I'm actually going to show you how to set one of these up and use that as a tarp. But yeah, you can head over to Amazon and get your very own if you're interested in this. It's a great item to have in your EDC bag as it has multi-purposes. So I've used this rain poncho before as a rain poncho, but I never had the opportunity to use it as a tarp. So I guess we're going to do a quality test on it here today. But since this video is shot ahead of time before I'm doing this voiceover, I can tell you that this poncho held up nicely as a tarp. So I'm just going into my EDC bag here, and I'm going to grab some paracord that I have, and I'm going to grab my multi-tool, which I'm going to use the knife. I recommend also having some twine in here because now I'm going to cut the paracord, and I kind of wish that I didn't have to do this because this paracord wasn't very cheap, but if I could just get some twine, then I can actually just tie it to these grommets, as you can see, which is always a great sign of a good quality product that doubles as a tent is because of those grommets. But yes, as I was saying, it's probably a good idea to carry some twine in your EDC bag or your woods bag or your camping bag because twine is cheap and it's probably a better alternative if you're just using it to hang a tarp or anything for that matter during a camping trip. And, you know, it also can be used in an emergency situation, but I much rather have paracord for emergencies. Look, your feet are in it. Put your hand down. Say hi.
Arr.
You can't even see your face. Go like this. Hi!
Hi. I'm a monkey. I'm Bigfoot.
You're Bigfoot. Here, you want to pass me the rope, please?
Why do you need it?
Because I need to tie up the tarp. So that's just my best friend's little boy. God love him. He's so super sweet and he's so helpful, as you're going to see throughout this video. So he's just watching me here, setting up the tarp. And he's actually gonna, as I mentioned, be very helpful. He's gonna help me set up the tarp as well. And my sleeping pad, if I remembered the yoga mat.
Is this yours?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
You need it? Is it tape?
It is tape. I gotta figure this out now.
Okay, I'm going to move some of the wall.
Okay.
And then push it.
You gotta push it on a slant. Like when you put it in there. You do it. No, you gotta hook it in there first. And then you gotta pull it on a slant. Put it in. I think it might be too rocky. So let's move it over closer to the grass. Like put it right over here in the grass, maybe. Or, oh, push it in. Use help me. Oh, freak, that hurts out. There we go. We did it. A good job. Okay. So you know what we got to do next?
Yep. Tie the rope.
Yeah, we got to tie the rope to one end. So come over here. You're gonna help me tie it? So you're gonna put it in here. Put it in there. Ooh, you got it. There you go. Now we're gonna tie it. You know how to tie? Okay, want me to show you?
Well, I am kind of a bad tile.
That's okay. Here, give it a try. Where does that part go?
Right
Good job. Now pull it tight. Pull. Now you want to do it once more?
Yeah.
So cross it. And where does that little part go?
Yes.
Yeah.
It goes.
Oh, where my finger was caught. In there. And then pull it tight. Pull tight. Good job. High five. Yeah. So there weren't very many trees on this campsite, which made it difficult for me to find a place to position my tarp. And I was getting frustrated, but here's some motivational words.
Try, and then that's be done.
In other words, just keep on trying and never give up, and you'll get it done. And he was right. So my best friend actually recommended that I tie it to the trailer, which was a really good idea because, as you notice, and as I mentioned, there weren't very many trees around. So that's what I did. And there's actually softer grass over here, areas of grass, so I was able to get the 10 pegs from the broken tent in here. I also utilized some of the trees that were around, even though it wasn't very many, but I also utilized the trailer as well and was able to put the tarp on a slant. And as I tied the two top ends to the bottom support systems of the trailer. And then I just used that piece of trailer rope with a hook on it to also support in holding up the tarp. So now that I got the tarp up, I'm going to just use my yoga mat and I'm going to lay this down and make sure that my bed can fit. So I have a self-inflating insulated mattress that's going to go on top of this yoga mat. So some of you may think, well, this isn't going to be comfortable. But really, it's no difference than me being in a tent and lying on the ground as well. Just, I do have a self-insulated mattress, so hopefully that will help as well. And I'm sure you can tell in this clip that me using that trailer rope with the hook on it is actually being a more of an inconvenience than help. So we're definitely going to have to do something else and get rid of that. Yeah, so it looks like I will fit under here comfortably. And if it rains, I'll be protected from the rain. And yeah, you just seen, I got bit by a mosquito on my new tattoo. So that was fun. Let's get finished making this makeshift shelter. Like the tent pegs, I'm trying to use as much as I can from this broken tent to help make my makeshift shelter. So what I'm doing now is I'm actually using the fly that belongs to the top of the tent and using that as a wind barrier, like a windbreaker on one side of my shelter to kind of just shelter me from the wind. Unlike some tent flies, this fly isn't very big and there's a lot of area exposed. But we'll fix that later on in the video. So another item that I used from the broken tent is the tent itself. So I decided that I was going to use this as a ground sheet. Because, as you guys know, this is actually the bottom of the tent that goes on the ground. So I'm just going to fold it up and slide it underneath my yoga mat. And hopefully if we get frost or, it rains, that's going to keep myself and my bedding somewhat dry. From on the ground, of course. Now that we got the ground sheet down, let me show you a little close-up of what we got done here. So it doesn't look too bad, but I really don't like that rope going across there. I'm probably going to clothesline myself. So I decided that we're going to let that go. But first, before we let it go, I'm actually going to tie a piece of paracord to the same grommet that that's attached to. And we're going to fix it to this one tree here. Well, I wouldn't say that's, yeah, it's a tree. Yeah, a small little tree, but we're going to attach it there. And now that you can see, this tarp has actually took a different shape. So I'm hoping this is going to work. But once I added the extra paracord, it actually helped change the shape of my tarp. And now instead of being completely slanted down, I actually have more headroom than I did before. So it does work in that way. So you can see I tried to use a part of the broken tent to put there to kind of like help block the wind. Then I remembered I have my bivy bag. So I'm actually going to use that, which will cover more of an area and help block the wind. Let's do it. Before we add the bivy bag, we've got to get rid of this line here with the hook on it, because more than likely I'm going to clothesline myself when I have to pee in the middle of the night. It's hard to do this one with one hand and filming, so we're going to use an extra limb in here, a knee, and we're going to get this off. There we are. Looks much better and safer. So the thing with the bivy bag is that it doesn't have grommets like my poncho or like a regular or not a regular tarp, but a tarp in general. And it can make it difficult to actually use this to act as a wind barrier or windbreaker. So I was trying to figure out what I could do, because I didn't want to put holes in my bivy bag. I didn't want to damage it. So what I ended up doing, and hopefully you'll be able to see it in this video, is that I just took each corner of the bivy bag and kind of twisted the corner and then tied the string around the part that I got twisted. That way I didn't have to create any holes in my bivy bag. Now I wasn't quite sure if this was going to damage my bivy bag, if it was windy and, you know, with the wind blowing and it's kind of like pushing the bag. Like, I didn't know if it was going to rip, but I thought, hey, let me give it a try. This is an emergency bivy bag, which is meant to be used as a tarp or a ground sheet or a sleeping bag. So this is a great test. So this is actually a Soul bivy bag you can find on Amazon. Soul stands for Survive Outdoors Longer. And I'll let you know right now, it was a success. The bivy bag holds it up really well. There was no damages or tears, anything like that. So I highly recommend one of these in your emergency bags, for sure. I would like to have one that had grommets in it. So say, for example, if I'm building a shelter like this, then I can have poncho as my main tarp, and then I could have a bivy bag or something like a lighter tarp, smaller tarp to kind of act as a windbreaker or wind barrier, and then I could use the bivy bag as a ground sheet. Now, this isn't a survival situation. This is literally me just camping. And if, you know, anything did happen, I could just crawl into the trailer with my friend. But I thought, you know what, this is a great way to just practice your survival skills. If this was a survival situation, hopefully there would be more trees around and I can actually make a way better shelter using logs and tree branches and so on and so forth. But yeah, this is literally just for fun right now. This is for camping purposes and just a fun little idea and a test on how good or how good quality these products really are, if that makes sense. So yeah, so pretty much I ended up getting the bivy bag up and it doesn't look too bad. Like, there are still some gaps, but hey, I'm going to be lying down, so at least it'll keep most of the wind from hitting me while I'm sleeping. So now that we got a majority of the makeshift shelter done, it's time to relax with my bestie, take a breather, and have a beer. But it wasn't that much later when her son got me up to play a game of badminton with him. And God love him, he's so sweet, loves to have fun, and is a comedian, as you'll see.
I fell off my bike and hit my back.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Whoa, that was a good one. Okay. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Woo! At least one of us hit it.
Yeah.
Where did it go? Oh, in the woods. Oh! Tanner, don't do that. That's not nice.
Hey.
Do you want to play a game?
Yeah.
Okay, get right close, and I'm going to hit it up, and then you hit it. But you got to put your racket like this. And then go like that. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, try it. You try it. Yeah, throw it up. Get it! Get it!
Hey.
Okay, try it again. Oh, here, I'll do it, and you hit it.
Let's try.
Okay. Yes, we're doing it! Ah! At least we're hitting it this time. Oh, jeez.
I'm gonna take take off my helmet.
Yeah, what do you still got your helmet on for?
Because when Sophia's done,
You're gonna go biking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, but when she sees who I am.
Ready?
Yes.
Oh, you did it! Oh, I got it! Oh! What a save!
Yeah.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
You got it! Oh! Good try.
I just brought my cell phone. So I went
It's
down.
recording now. As soon as you got in front of it, it's because it does like an automatic thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You're silly.
Yeah.
Break it down now. Yeah, I was really breaking it down. What a laugh he is. I always love having him around. So we're actually getting ready to have a fire now and roast some wieners. So I'm building my own, not building, but I'm making my own poker stick. So what I like to use is I like to use live alder branches, as alders grow pretty much everywhere and they're pretty easy to like chop off and just clear and then carve little points. You get the gist of it. I'm sure sometime or another you've made your own poker stick. If not, it's pretty simple. And I like using alders because alders are strong. Alders are also edible, so I know that it's safe to use. Yeah, and pretty much like I said, they grow everywhere. Watch out. Pretty cool, eh?
Do you want to play this game with me?
After I make my
File?
stick, yeah.
I said file.
Yeah, a poker stick.
Why aren't you supposed to?
Watch out.
Why aren't you supposed to cut that piece right there? That one piece?
This piece?
No. Like that piece right there.
What about it?
You should take that off.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to. See? Off. Ta-da!
You never took it off.
I just did.
No, you never. You used your hands.
No, I used the knife.
No, you
At
not.
first, I tried to use my hands, and that didn't work. Yeah, I feel it. Thank you. Thank you. There we go. That's a good poker stick. Nice little poker stick. You still talk. I'm gonna mute it out anyways.
I'm gonna be famous.
You are gonna be famous. I'm going to be famous. He's going to. He's got such a little personality, and I can't wait for you to see the video where he was like, and then talking like it's okay if you don't. Or was it? It's okay if you feel it. Just keep trying. It's so cute. It was adorable.
I'm so proud of him. He has such a big personality.
I know, right?
Like he does.
He got that from you, anyway.
I think so, because he done things that you're doing. I knew that you pressed record on it.
No, but sometimes I do that.
Are you still holding?
All right, wait, do this. Cheers. All right, try it again. So you can see here, this is my insulated sleeping pad. So you just turn the little knob here and it will self-inflate itself. Once it does, you make sure then you go tighten the knob again, or the valve. I don't know why I'm calling it a knob, and it should be inflated. I decided to get that out before it got really dark.
And there's more file under that.
Mm-hmm.
But I seen a hot dog catch on fire though.
Did you?
Yes.
Did it go up in smoke? Was it black or was it just on fire?
It was just on fire and it was not smoking.
Oh, wow.
Was that weird? Is it cooked?
Alicia, say something to the video.
Mom?
Is that it?
I think so.
Mom, is it cooked?
No.
No?
You gotta make sure the inside gets right warm.
I'm kind of blind now from looking at that flash. FYI.
Just let you know that's on film and that's being included.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, but I did blind you.
Mom, it's going a little...
Okay, it might be done. I think it's done. I can't tell because I'm still blind.
Mom, I saw a giant frog.
Alicia, what are you afraid of, a little old toad?
I hate them. They make me
Massive.
sick.
The frog was massive.
Holy moly. You have a bunch.
No.
Look at the baby one.
Oh my god, they're crying to get out.
Oh god, that broke my heart. Okay.
Hey, big dog, get off your baby. One of them, two of them tried to jump to my face. Two big ones. Two of them, Mom and Dad ones tried to jump to my face.
Get them out of here.
My bestie did not like toads. But here we are, getting ready for bed for the night. This is the end of day 1. So as you can see, this is my setup here. Just grabbing my sleeping bag. It's just a 7-degree sleeping bag because we're still experiencing some summer weather. I got my silky knot of there. I like to keep that by my side, just for my protection, and also, hey, it's a great camping tool as well. My silky nada is a Japanese double-edged hatchet. You've probably seen it in my EDC videos, in my survival videos, in my buggy bag videos. It is a great tool that you can find on Amazon. So now I'm just getting my bestie to help me out with a different angle because I tend to be just holding the camera a lot and I forgot to bring my tripod. But yeah, so we're just going to get her set up for the night, crawl on in, and see how the night goes. I mean, it's not too shabby for a, kind of thrown together camping makeshift shelter. Definitely would put a little bit more work into it if it was a survival shelter. Now here we are, we've crawled in. What you see above is actually a part of the trailer. And yeah, this is what it looks like. You know what? It's actually pretty cozy, I've got to say. As I mentioned, that is a wrap for day 1. See you all tomorrow. Okay, so it is day 2 in a KOA campground out to Norris Point. So here I am in my makeshift shelter. Last night was actually a really good night. It was a calm night and it wasn't chilly. It was actually pretty warm. However, I did wake up around 3 o'clock in the morning to go in and get these cushions from Alicia's trailer. I actually used these the last time when I came to KOA with her, but I was sleeping in a tent. So these actually provided a very decent sleep. My self-inflating mattress, honestly, I would not recommend getting this one. I've used this one before, and like in my car when I was doing, car camping and car living, which I'm getting back into now, it's not as comfortable. It's called Gear Doctor. I'm giving you an honest review. It is supposed to be 4 seasons and well insulated, but it's not very thick. I feel like you need at least 3 to 4 inches of thickness to actually have a decent sleep, so I won't be using that anymore. But I did use also to kind of fill in the gap down here, because I used my emergency bivy bag as a wind barrier, so I just kind of used that there to fill in the gap, which wasn't too bad. But other than that, it was an actual decent night. Alicia, my bestie, and I did get woken up, I'd say probably about 6 o'clock in the morning, by some foul words and horrendous screaming. Somebody in KOA was having a mental health crisis, and that's too bad. I know that she has been brought to the hospital and they're keeping her there. That's what we've heard. So hopefully she gets the help that she needs. Mental health is a serious matter, and we should definitely try to take care of
not just our physical being, but our mental state as well. So hopefully she will get the help that she needs. But yeah, but other than that, like I said, it was a great night. I'm definitely going to be spending night 2 here in my makeshift shelter. Yeah, so we are going to get ready and start the day. Yeah. Here we are at KOA in Norris Point.
In this clip, I'm just showing you the cushions that I used from the trailer, and believe me, a lot of extra padding goes a long way. Now that I'm up and showered, what I do like about KOA there is some public showers and washrooms that you can use. That's always a great benefit of a campground. But yes, now that we're up and on the go, we're driving into Norris Point, and we're actually going to go to the old cafe and grab some breakfast. Now, the camera and being in the car doesn't do this view justice. Norris Point is surrounded by mountains. If you look really far, that taller mountain there is actually the Tablelands, which I have been before. And here we are. It's at the Old Store Cafe, I apologize, and they have a lot of healthy options for breakfast. And it's delicious too.
Grouchy pants.
As you can see, they've got a huge menu and the prices are very reasonable. So it's time to go up, but before we go up, I'm just going to show you a little bit around this cafe. So over here we have the different type of breakfast sandwiches and lunch sandwiches and salads and baked goods that they have. And then if you actually just go and look on the walls, there's some local art, which is absolutely beautiful. I love coming to smaller communities and seeing the local art posted on the wall. People are so talented. These are Polaroid prints. And I like how they look. They kind of have like a vintage look to them. And over here are some beautiful paintings. I really wish that I was creative in this way, being able to draw or paint, but I'm not. And here I am chowing down on the breakfast. I actually got their breakfast panini, which was delicious. I believe there was egg, tomato, cheese on it, bacon, and actually all their bread and their bagels are made in store. So it's definitely delicious. I also got a small tea with this, so I believe this comes to just a little over $11, but it was definitely worth it. So we just skipped forward, and here we are back on KOA Campground. I'm in the kitchen shelter. I'm going to tell you a little bit about it here in the next clip, but I love it here. You can charge your phone if your campsite don't have any power. You can cook some food as well.
I'm just here in the kitchen shelter, which is up by the bathrooms and showers. Just probably like a 2-minute walk from our campsite. I decided to come in here to get out of the sun. It's nice and cool in here with the breeze coming in through the door and the window. Just charge my phone. It's got some outlets around here, which is great. You can actually get some campsites that have electricity on it. However, they were all booked up, so it is nice that you can come to the kitchen shelter and just charge your phone if need be. Especially for me, where I'm a content creator. I can also power my I can also charge my power banks as well. But yeah, I'm just here, getting out of the sun, having a good beer. India, a Newfoundland beer. Yeah. So a lot of people left this morning. There's not very many people left on this campground. I guess because tomorrow's Monday, a lot of people have to go to work. So they probably came down here Friday and Saturday and left Sunday. And the thing is that when it's your day to check out, you got to check out by 11 a.m., which is kind of, poopy because, sometimes you want to sleep in. You don't have to get up and pack everything away like super early in the morning, which is what we're going to have to do tomorrow on Monday. But yeah, so I got to say it is really nice to be out here. After working those 21 days straight at the pub It's nice to just sit back and relax and not have to think about work or anything else going on in my life. Just sitting here waiting for my phone to charge, and as I mentioned, having a beer and being out in nature. So I really wanted to share with you guys, but my phone died last night when I was in my makeshift shelter. When I woke up this morning, you guys already heard that, or I already shared with you that we were woke up like around 6 a.m. by a individual having a mental health crisis. Well, when she got her help, it was quiet again, so I fell back asleep, and I actually got woken up by a squirrel. The squirrel kept coming over to where I was sleeping on the ground, and almost like he was trying to mess with me, and then he run back into the bush, and then I got woken up again by a bird that flew down right to where I was sleeping. It would have been so cool to get it on camera. It seems like the wildlife here is pretty active in the morning, so hopefully I'll have my camera set up and we can catch some of that tomorrow morning. But yeah, so this is it, guys. I can't wait next week, going back, living in the car again. I did attempt it a couple weeks ago, however it was really hard because I attempted a couple weeks ago, but July seemed like it was like the hottest month of the summer, and living in your car in the month of July is tough unless you have some sort of air conditioner. But but yeah, so now that it's getting near, well, it's the middle of August, it seems to be a lot cooler in the night times now, so I'm going to be going back and living in my car, which will be awesome. So stay tuned for day 1, back living in my car. All right, see you guys in the next clip. What are you playing over there? String instrument. Is it good?
No.
Hear that? It isn't good. So the emets, or flying ants, whatever you'd like to call them, are wicked out here today. So I actually had to add an addition to my makeshift shelter. This is night 2, and tomorrow we'll be heading back in to our hometown. So yeah, so I'm just going to show you here the addition to my makeshift shelter. What I did is I just took the the tent itself that I was using as a ground sheet, and I'm actually using that and making it act as a tarp to build a second wall, and that's just to kind of help keep the emets out. And I've just got my yoga mat on the ground now because it's not supposed to rain, so just take a look. So I'm actually really glad that I did this because the night it was so windy. Wind was coming from all different angles. I believe that was because of the hurricane that was headed towards eastern Newfoundland. So the wall was great. I had no wind blowing into my face. The tent did make a lot of sound, but hey, at least I was protected. As you can see, it is now nightfall. I didn't film a lot of our camping trip. I actually wanted to focus this video on showing you my makeshift shelter and what you can actually do when you have a woods bag or an EDC bag in everyday carry and how useful it can be. Thank you guys all for tuning in. It's been a great camping trip. As I mentioned in the previous clip, I am going back into my car, so there's going to be more nomadic videos going on, and I'll be documenting from day 1 right up until the winter time. So I'm super excited, and I can teach you tips and tricks on living in your car or just taking part in the nomadic living. I will document from day 1 right up until winter. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm just waiting to do camper conversion number 3. Technically it's camper conversion number 4, but for YouTube, it's number 3. So yeah, let's hit the hay. So hey everyone, and that is the end of night 2. Just curling up here. Gonna watch a little bit of YouTube because as we are on a campsite, we do have service. Sorry. So thank you guys so much for tuning in to this video. I am so happy that I had some time to film my trip to KOA, and I actually had to end up building a makeshift shelter, so I got to show you guys how I utilized the items that I had in my EDC bag, but also the tent that was broken, and as well as using some things from Alicia's trailer as well. So you're probably all wondering through this whole video, why did I not just stay in the trailer? Well, as an individual who likes, you know, bushcraft and survival and prepping, I really like to be out in nature, and I really like to just be sleeping under the stars, so to speak, and breathing in that fresh air. And I do sometimes like the luxury of trailers and cabins. I just enjoy being out here. And because the tent was broken, because I would have just slept in the tent. I wouldn't have made shit a shelter, because this was just a camping trip into a camping ground. But it just ended up working, or I guess it all depends on how you would see it. But for me, it just ended up working out that I got to do this unexpectedly. So yeah, so that is why I didn't sleep in the trailer, and I was stubborn. Some people might think that I was stubborn. And the last time I came to KOA, which was I think last year with my best friend, and I slept in the tent and I would not sleep in the trailer. So yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. Remember, stay safe, stay kind, and much love to you all. I'm the Newfound Nomad. Mwah. Thank you everyone for tuning in to the Newfound Nomad, prepper, nomad, and survivalist. Stay tuned for more.